Over the last 30 years, since the first packs of Magic the Gathering's Alpha were cracked all the way to now with serialized cards and chase variants and hype flooding almost every game, we've seen tons of crazy expensive sales in a variety of different TCGs. In this video, I'm going to go over 10 of the most expensive cards we've ever seen with confirmed sales in the TCG industry, covering a variety of different games. While numbers 5 through 1 will represent the most expensive sales we've seen as far as dollar amounts go, numbers 10 through 6 will feature massive sales from different games that I thought were interesting enough to talk about on a list like this, highlighting some of the other TCGs and sales they've had, even if they aren't as much as a Charizard. I'm Nick with TCG HQ, and this is 10 of some of the biggest TCG sales we have ever seen. Starting off with number 10, Star Wars Unlimited's Darth Vader Commanding the First Legion Champion Galactic Championship promo card. You guys know this can't be a TCG HQ video without a mentioning of Star Wars Unlimited, so I had to include this one in here. Just this past year, we saw a $15,000 sale for the first time in this game's history. After 3 long and grueling days, Betten, piloting Mother Talzin Red Force, won it all, taking down SWO's first Galactic Championship in July 2025. The crowning prize was an exclusive one-of-one champion, Darth Vader Commanding the First Legion, a stunning alt art that was limited to the judge team as well as those who made it to day 3 of the event, an exclusive bunch versus the over 2,000 players in the main event. Of course, the winner of this event received the most exclusive version of this card, with Betten's version having a champion stamp signifying its exclusivity and rarity. In a private sale, Betten was able to sell his for $15,000, more than paying for a year's worth of travel for Star Wars Unlimited, including to Vegas and back from Europe. And now moving on to number 9, we have Disney Lorcana's Mickey Mouse Brave Little Tailor Challenge promo. Very similarly to our previous entry, in early 2024 we saw exclusive serialized Golden Mickey Mouse Brave Little Tailor Challenge promos handed out to top placements at the first Lorcana challenges in both France and right here in Atlanta, Georgia. This is a golden take on a classic card from the first chapter, and its immediate desirability did translate into sales. The auction house Golden reported that one of these Golden Mickeys sold for $29,280 in 2024, the record for one of these cards. That said, since then its price has steadily decreased, but this moment represents the highest sale price for any winner's promo for Disney Lorcana. Number 8, a PSA 10 Blue Eyes White Dragon, first edition from Yu-Gi-Oh's The Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon set. A lot of TCG enthusiasts who got their start on Yu-Gi-Oh know that this card is an absolute grail of the hobby and one of the most iconic mass-produced cards in the world. This is the Blue Eyes White Dragon, the original chase ultra rare from Yu-Gi-Oh's first set, The Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is the card that started it all for so many schoolyard duels. If you had one of these, even if it was super beat up, you were the cool kid. So naturally, the nostalgia on this card is through the roof, and that's reflected in the sales data as well. With the current PSA pop of 106 for PSA 10s, this card is incredibly rare and sought after, with a sale price in 2023 going for $33,600 out of Golden Auction House. Not only this, but grades of 8 and 9 also go for thousands of dollars and have proven to be a big ticket item for the PC of anybody who has a knack for collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And long term, who knows how much more scarce this already rare creature will become. Alright, now that we've talked about these 3 cards, the next 7 are going to be the real heavy hitters of our list, all from the big 3 of either Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and Magic. Number 7, Tyler the Great Warrior, Yu-Gi-Oh's only confirmed one-of-one sale. Of all the cards on this list, and any card we will ever see printed, this has got to be one of my personal favorites. Tyler the Great Warrior is an original one-of-one printed card for Tyler Gressley as a Make-A-Wish fulfillment in 2004 during his battle with liver cancer as a child. This incredible card was only printed one time, and for almost 2 decades it was kept completely under wraps. No one had seen the card since its original printing. In 2023, however, Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber Simo produced a documentary that allowed Tyler to step out into the public eye for the first time ever with the card, talking about its unique origin, creation, and his intention to sell it to invest in his own personal future now that he was an adult. It was put on auction and brought home $311,211, the single highest sale of a Yu-Gi-Oh card in history. Number 6. The most expensive base set shadowless Charizard ever sold. We of course can't make a video like this without talking about one of the most iconic cards in all of trading card games, the base set shadowless Charizard from Pokemon. The most expensive sale of this card ever was for a PSA 10 graded copy at a whopping $420,000 in March of 2023. With less than 10,000 of this card printed, and Pokemon being one of the largest IPs in the world, it goes without saying that this card in its pristine condition will always fetch an insane premium, one most other TCGs simply cannot and will not ever be able to meet. As a matter of fact, no other trading card game outside of Magic the Gathering has ever had a single card sell for this much. Speaking of Magic, number 5, an artist proof of Magic the Gathering's most iconic card, the Black Lotus. A few years ago, renowned rapper and country artist Post Malone was making the rounds in the MTG scene, appearing on game nights with the Command Zone and showing off his impressive collection of Magic cards and decks. At around the same time, as a part of all of this, he was adding several impressive pieces to his collection, including an incredibly rare artist proof of the original Alpha Black Lotus, the epitome of power in Magic, one of the most iconic pieces of trading card history in any game, an early example of the power of collecting and investing in the TCG hobby and its returns. While the original Black Lotus itself from Alpha is extremely rare, with only 1,100 printed, this artist proof serves as an even rarer derivative of the original card, with only a few being given to artist Christopher Rush. Posty ended up ponying up $800,000 for this exclusive rare card, and believe it or not, that's not even the most expensive card he's bought on this list. And at number 4, we have Logan Paul's first purchase of a Pikachu Illustrator, one of the rarest chase Pokemon cards in the world. Logan Paul has made a bit of a reputation for himself as treating Pokemon cards like big investments, and his push for these has played a significant role in expanding the Pokemon collecting and investing scene we see today. Such a high-profile celebrity that's now broken into nearly every form of media we can imagine, wearing a graded Pokemon card around his neck to the ring gets more eyes on the hobby no matter what your take on him is. He has 2 confirmed $1 million plus purchases of Pikachu Illustrator promos, of which only 41 were made. The first transaction represents the first of 4 $1 million transactions we'll be talking about in this video. He purchased a PSA 9 Pikachu Illustrator for $1.275 million in June of 2021, which would not be the last time he acquired one of these exclusive prizes for his collection. But before we talk about that card, Magic the Gathering has 2 different multi-million-dollar transactions that it wants to throw into the ring as well. And moving on to them, number 3, the One Ring, Post Malone's Holy Grail. When The Lord of the Rings was announced as the big summer MTG set for 2023, everyone was naturally drawn to the IP that set the standard for the fantasy genre that inspired Dungeons & Dragons, countless TV shows and movies, and Magic itself, finally becoming a playable set as part of MTG's Universes Beyond expansions. One thing that set this set apart from others, however, is the ultimate chase card. The One Ring, forged in the fires of Mount Doom, would be emblazoned in an exclusive treatment of which only one would be produced. The One of One Ring. Everyone had ideas of where this card would pop up. Would an influencer get it? Did Wizards know exactly where the card was sent, and would it be a genuine, authentic surprise when someone opened it? Would a kid in the middle of nowhere open it in a Walmart pack and throw it in the trash? We had no idea. Within a month, however, the One Ring was found by a Brooke Tafton out of Toronto, a genuine Magic fan as well. Very shortly after the card was graded, at a PSA 9 by the way, the one and only Post Malone, still engaged with the Magic community at large and making large purchases like we've discussed, purchased the card from Tafton for just over $2 million. This is by far the most cash given up for a modern card printed in the last 5 years, and is unlikely to be replicated anytime soon. And number 2, we have the most expensive Magic card ever sold, the CGC-10 Black Lotus from Alpha. We mentioned 2 Magic cards in the multi-millions, and we can't make this list without talking about the most expensive Magic card ever confirmed to be sold, a CGC-10 Black Lotus sold for $3 million in Bitcoin. Unlike most other Black Lotus sales, this one was not sold with a signature from Chris Rush on the card and was one of the original 1100 printed for the Alpha printing of MTG. Will we see a Lotus sell for more? I'm sure we might at some point down the road, but this currently represents the most money ever transacted for a mass-produced MTG card. And finally, I've been hinting at it for the last few entries, but we're at number 1, Logan Paul's big one, a PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator. And of course, the most expensive card ever sold for any TCG is a high-profile one. Logan Paul's biggest trading card purchase and the largest one ever is a PSA 10 pristine Pikachu Illustrator of the original 41 manufactured. Paul infamously paid $4 million in cash and used the prior Illustrator we talked about to add to the value. If we add the value of the card and the cash paid all together, the total value of this transaction is over $5 million for one trading card. It feels like only people like Logan Paul can make something like this happen, and every time he does it, it makes waves. 5 million plus is a crazy number, and it's amazing to see our industry go from being a schoolyard hobby to a vast hobby that inspires players, collectors, stores, and investors alike to engage with it. And that's our 10. What did you think of the list? Are there any cards that you didn't see on this list that are worth mentioning? Feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'm Nick with TCG HQ, and I'll see you next time.